Someone's in a group like that, and then they just shame everyone else. It's like, dude, we don't care that you're a vegan. Just don't care that we eat meat, right? I see videos all the time of like this lady. I don't know where she's from, but she's just like standing out, just like hounding people for it.
For the vegans?
Yeah. She's vegan, and she's just hounding everyone for eating meat, and it's like, dude, you can be vegan. We don't care. Just don't like we like meat, obviously, or we wouldn't do it. It's not like. I mean,
meat.
Right.
yeah, people act like it's like inhumane, like they just beat the shit out of these animals.
Well, I mean,
before
don't they?
No,
They don't?
no.
They
All
don't.
right, fine.
I mean,
That's, that's
well,
the picture that's been painted for me, Tyler.
well, that's what I'm
agree.
saying. That's what I'm
That's
saying.
the
Like
picture
they make
that's been
it
painted for
seem,
me.
and there's probably some places out there that are sketchy, right? But like
Yeah.
Greensburg, I went and picked my thing up from Greensburg, and we went to the kill floor, and they show you exactly how they do everything, and it's, I mean, it's 22 to the head straight, like. That's what he did, dude. He had a little lever action 22. He's like, there you go. That's what it is.
Jesus. You watched the kill, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
He just showed us.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, I don't know if I could. Like, I mean, I hunt and stuff, but like, I don't know that I could just watch him do that, right?
No, I couldn't
Like
do it
I
either.
hunt, but that's different, right? It's like you almost feel kind of primal when you're doing that. But like,
Right.
You
Right.
said you had a story to tell.
I don't have a story.
Oh. Well, welcome to the Mind Snacks podcast. It's July 31st, the year 2024. And I'm in the studio with my friend Tyler Me. Tyler,
What?
how are you?
I'm good, dude.
Yeah?
No, what I was gonna tell you is
No,
something new.
Oh, yeah.
I,
Anything new? Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah,
anything new going on
yeah,
this week?
something new, dude.
Yeah,
it didn't
talk
really
to
go
me.
on. So I was on Amazon perusing, right, like
Yeah.
I do, and I found this badass walkie-talkie thing. Well, it's not really a walkie-talkie, but I had to apply to the FCC to get a GMRS license,
Yeah.
and I got approved today. It's pretty cool.
That's
I have a
different.
call-
I
I have a call sign and all kinds of
so
shit.
like your walkie-talkie is so badass the FCC had to know about it?
Yeah, like it's regulated.
Like, so who do you communicate with? Is it like having a CB radio?
Sort of. It's
Okay.
sort of like one step below a ham, right?
Okay.
So, and I actually I ordered a ham radio first on accident.
So why
And why what?
did you do that?
It's only $17.
Okay.
And James is gonna get one because we live pretty close, right? So James is gonna get one, and we're just gonna see if they reach.
Well, you're going to make the old school noises, right?
Oh yeah,
What's your call sign?
like WSZD.
No.
159.
Not your
Your
call
handle.
sign. Your handle. There you go.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't made one up yet.
You got to make one up.
I know I haven't made one up yet. I haven't had to
Mr.
use one.
Miyagi.
Mr. Miyagi. This Miyagi out.
Miyagi.
This
You got to make the
Miyagi.
noises.
Miyagi. Dude.
You got to make the old school noises.
No, yeah, dude. Over.
Miyagi out. Over.
Ben. Dover. Over.
Coming in heavy on the right
You
side.
got to turn the Roger beep on. Everyone hates the Roger beep.
Roger.
Roger,
that.
Roger. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
Tyler-
that's cool. I got my my license back on that today. It's like it's a 10-year license for $35 or something
Hell
like
yeah,
that.
dude.
So it's like, but I just thought it was kind of cool, right?
That is cool. Actually, I don't know why it's cool. Like, I'm sitting here trying to understand why it's cool.
I mean, it's cool because like I think like when we were little kids,
It
we had
is cool.
walkie-talkies, right? And
Tyler,
they
why
go
are you
like,
so blurry?
I don't know.
Why are you blurry?
I am. I'm blurry.
I don't know. Everything's so blurry.
Is our camera drunk right now?
I think so. Like, give it a little shimmy. I don't think it.
Oh,
Okay,
there it
now
is.
back off. Yeah. All right, there he is.
Yeah, no, dude. I think it's just cool,
Yeah.
like because it goes like 13 miles instead of like.
My mom never comments on the streams.
Did she
She's
just say-
always watching,
did
but
she
she
just say
never
Tyler's
comments. And then
blurry?
she said Tyler is blurry.
Okay. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I
that's
don't
cool,
know.
man.
I don't know. I think it'd be cool especially if it works. I ordered like a 4-foot antenna for it,
Yeah.
but I don't know. It's kind of cool.
You gonna like put it in
That's
your
cool.
car or?
No, I probably just talk to James with it at home.
It's pretty awesome.
I mean, I might like take it places and see if like scan for stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like, cause like I like the ham radio thing. Like I know the like fire and all that. You can like have like a police scanner.
Yeah.
Which essentially these radios will do all that. But like
Well,
you can't.
Before we get too
talk on
far,
those
before we get
frequencies or
too
whatever.
far crazy, we may as well go ahead and introduce our guest. Because I'm actually really excited to have this guy in the studio tonight. It's actually a great thing. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us tonight on the Mind Snacks podcast, a man who has been a firefighter for how many years?
20.
20 years. 20 years this year.
Yeah,
Amazing.
17 with the city this year.
Oh,
and
wow.
did some couple years of volunteering.
Ladies and gentlemen, Public Information Officer Captain Mike Wilson. What's up, Mike?
Hey,
How you doing, buddy?
what's going on, guys? Thanks
Dude,
for having me.
I'm so jacked that you decided to come
Yeah.
here. Like,
I'm excited.
sometimes I reach out to people and I'm like, "You want to be a guest on the show?" And they're like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Why? Why?"
Why?
I was excited. I was excited about it all day, actually.
Dude, heck yeah,
Yeah.
man. That's
Yeah,
cool.
it's gonna be a good time.
It was.
Yeah, I reached out last night, talked about a few things,
Mm-hmm.
got it all done. Of course, we booked this a couple months ago.
Yeah.
But tonight's the night. Mike's here and got a lot to talk about. You know, we want
love
to talk about some stuff that we're actually trying to get involved in that I know you can help us with.
Sweet.
So yeah, I mean, because Mind Snacks is we're gonna test the waters of philanthropy.
Yeah, dude.
Nice.
Do you know what that is, right?
I heard Mr. B say it once.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I think it kind of isn't it like basically like using money to help people, kind of
Yep.
going out,
Using
going
money,
out,
going out and helping people.
Yeah, philanthropy.
Helping people
So
financially.
does that mean we can put philanthropists on our resume?
Well, yeah, it does.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it, dude. Might
Because
just add
most
that.
of the people,
Feels good.
Feels good.
It
Dude. We might
feels
just add
really
it as a
good.
title, Tyler the philanthropist.
it looks good on a resume.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people are like, "Oh my God, they're so giving."
I mean, there's a lot of like Henry Ford, wasn't he a philanthropist?
yeah,
Yeah.
lots of like super rich people are philanthropists. We are not that.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, we're
Yeah.
medium
We're
rich.
not going to be good philanthropists, but we're going to be like amateur philanthropists.
right.
Yeah.
I'll put that on there.
We're gonna test the waters.
Amateur
We're
philanthropy.
gonna test the waters.
Yeah. Melissa and I, we always like say if we had the means, we would love to do that.
Oh my God!
But
like
yeah, and
we
that's
just, you know,
and there's a lot
hard.
of reasons, like just because you want to help, right? Like,
Yeah, you
I love it when somebody who has more money than they'll ever know how to spend
yeah.
is like, "Hey, we can help."
well, that's like what is it? Flavor Flav? Doesn't he sponsor like the women's polo teams? Like I feel like if I hit the lottery, dude, I probably wouldn't be rich very long because I'd be like, man, look at all this shit I could do with this money, and like
Right.
I'd be like, man, I'd go to like an orphanage and be like, you guys all want brand new bicycles or whatever?
Right.
Let's go get some Power Wheels. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like put them a trampoline in, build them a swimming pool, make it a little easier on them.
Yeah.
Fact.
But yeah, I wouldn't be rich very long. It's the same thing. Like I'd be just Mr. Beast. He does awesome. I don't know if you know who Mr.
Oh,
Beast is.
yeah.
he does
My
like
kids watch Mr. Beast all the
yeah.
time, and they love him. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
Dude,
he
it's hard not to.
He just goes places and like gives people money.
Gives
doesn't
people
he?
money.
well, because he like gets all this money from things, right? Like I think his YouTube blew up, so he started getting like buku dollars, and he didn't want to pay taxes on it, so he just started giving it away,
Yeah.
right? Donating it. So like I watched a video, and he went to Africa and put like 12 water wells in like 12 villages that had no access. They had to walk like miles and miles and miles to just get to water and then carry it
Right.
back. So he like took companies over there and they dug them wells. It's like that's life altering
Oh.
for those people.
Oh,
Like-
absolutely.
Like I mean, that's
Absolutely.
like yeah,
That's
that's
village altering. That'll change the trajectory of an entire village.
Generationally.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, dude. Like,
Absolutely.
it's
And it's stuff that we take for granted.
oh exactly.
Stuff
And
over
the
here that
fact
we-
that the fact that he does it, the fact that he had to be the person that did it, right? No one else could have done it over the however many years they've been without water,
Right.
like hundreds of years probably, whatever.
And it was a YouTuber.
It was a YouTuber that's like,
Right.
man, I have all this money. Where can I spend it?
What do I do?
Yeah,
You know,
But
and
that's just cool. That's cool stuff.
his like means of income are absurd though.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
because he's got his main YouTube channel, which is the most subscribed to YouTube channel on
Flights of the
YouTube.
Planet.
Huh?
It's the one.
It's the one.
yeah. I thought
he's number one.
Did he pass PewDiePie up?
I believe so.
I
know at
There was
one
a guy.
point-
There was a guy named PewDiePie that literally, I think he like streams Minecraft. He
At
had
least
like
at
40
one
million.
point, he was the number one most
Yeah.
subscribed to channel.
He might. PewDiePie had like 40 million, which I
but
don't
then
know
he
why
took,
anyone would ever
but
fucking-
then he took like his channel and he made versions of his channel in different languages, and then got subscribers that way. And it's just the simplest thing. It's the same content,
Right.
but supported by a different language.
Right.
It's like, oh my
if I
god,
can pull up his.
You remember Sally Struthers?
I do.
You remember what her program was?
No,
I think it was what, Feed the Children,
yeah. She was the Feed the Children lady.
and then they did a South Park kind of a parody on her.
Yeah,
It was so hilarious.
Dude, I love South Park.
I do too.
yeah.
So
Sometimes.
speaking of South Park, I actually got on the wait list for Casa Bonita tickets.
Oh yeah.
Do you see they revamped? So the South Park, who's it? Matt Stone and Trey Parker or whatever. They bought Casa Bonita in Denver
Yeah.
and put like $40 million into it, like redid the whole thing to what it used to be, right? And then like as a joke, because like it's kind of the same thing. They had a bunch of money. They're like, "Ah, fuck it, we'll do this." And then, but there's like a wait list of like 600,000 people. So I got put on the wait list for tickets, and I'm hoping that when I get pulled for my opportunity to buy the ticket, and the thing is, it's like it's not even that good of a place, right? Like you get to just pick like 5 meals. You can't order anything off a menu. It's just like you want this, or this, right? I think you just go for like the show kind of thing. But we can fly to Denver on Spirit for like $70 probably. So I'm just gonna get some friends that are down, and I'm gonna be like, dude, let's go. I got these tickets. Let's all get round trip fucking to Denver and back, and just literally fly out there, eat, and then fly home.
Yeah. It'd be fun.
I would take it. I would do that.
It'd be fun, dude. Like we just leave in the morning, and then have like whatever our dinner time is, and then just have like a red eye back and just fucking make a fucking day. What'd you do today? Went to Denver and ate at Casa Bonita and came home.
Denver and ate at Casa Bonita.
Came home for my birthday, just went and did that.
Absolutely.
I think it'd be fun.
Great times. Well, tonight there's a lot to talk about because this is a guy that has so many layers.
Like an onion.
Like an onion.
Like an onion.
We've used that analogy before.
Like an onion.
I feel like we've played it out. We got to think of a new multi-layered analogy.
Got the mileage out of that one?
Yeah, right. I think so.
Like an onion. No, wait.
What else is multi-layered? Like a Dairy Queen ice cream cake.
Yeah.
Is that- Oh yeah, I got layers like a. That's a lot. That's a lot to come out though. Dairy Queen ice cream cake.
I mean,
What if you say it?
With
What
enough
if you say it
practice.
somewhere where they don't know what Dairy Queen is? It's not a universal term.
what in the world?
There are places.
What
believe it or
part
not,
of the world that would have access to our podcast doesn't know what Dairy Queen is? Do you know at one point, and this is true, Dairy Queen used to be the largest fast food chain in the world.
really?
Yep.
Dang.
Yep.
Yeah, weren't they like one of the first though too?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what they like they like.
But I mean,
their
this wasn't
competition-
necessarily early. I want to say this was in the 70s. Dairy Queen was
Oh
massive.
really? I figured McDonald's would have had them just fucking surpassed.
McDonald's was like DQ, McDonald's, Subway.
By then. And then
KFC
Jared-
KFC was up there
Jared
for a
fucked
while.
that all
Oh,
up.
yeah.
Dude, KFC. Yeah.
KFC
Fucking
was
Jared
up there
fucked
for a
that all
while.
up. Dude, KFC, it's wild how they do, like they pressure cook, they pressure fry their chicken. That's why it's so fucking good, dude. Like they have like, you know how you have a pressure cooker that like cooks things very fast because it raises the pressure up so you can get the water temperature hotter or whatever.
Right.
Same thing with oil. They do it with a fryer because he had to be able to fry chicken and get it done during someone's like lunch break. So he came up with a way to fry chicken super fast, and like that's how they do it today. So
Right.
it's wild though.
I
Like
worked at
some-
Wendy's, and that's how we did it.
Really?
Yeah?
I cooked the chicken at Wendy's.
Did you work at that Wendy's? It's on 25th and National in like Herman Darlage.
Yeah. And the one on West Hill.
That Wendy's has been
When
there
it was there.
Yeah.
That was my first job. Was the first Wendy's experience was
Yeah.
Kerry Lane, which is on the west side.
dude. Nothing will ever slap like that Wendy's.
There was a
sunroom.
Wendy's over there.
There was. It was right next to Bob Evans.
Really?
And now it's an empty lot.
Yes, it was
okay.
right there. There we go.
That's
Now
before
it's
my time.
down where now it's down by like Panda Express,
Panda Express, on
and
the
all
corner,
that.
right. Yeah.
But that Wendy's, it's on 25th and Herman Darlage. That building has been there forever, and it's
Yeah,
finally
dude,
getting
the
ready to
sunroom.
go away.
The sunroom.
Yeah, it's getting ready to go away now.
So is that the new building they're building in the Royal King parking lot?
That is the Wendy's.
So they're replacing
That's the
that
new
Wendy's.
Wendy's, yeah.
I heard it was a Wendy's. I'm like, surely they're
Nah,
not
they're just
fucking-
going to build another Wendy's 250 feet away.
Dude, it wouldn't surprise me. There's a fucking Papa John's in Eastbrook, and there's one right by
There's
Arby's.
no Papa John's in Eastbrook.
No, they moved it.
They moved it to Arby's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
Yeah.
yeah.
I could fuck. See, dude, my mind's blown right now. I'm like, that's what I was thinking the whole time. I'm like, why on earth would you put a Papa John's right here? Right down the road from the other one.
It's the same Papa John's.
Okay,
is.
turns out
Much nicer place.
They didn't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
What's going to happen with Eastbrook Plaza, man? It's empty. Now, there's a lot of anchors still there.
Sure. Yeah.
But like that whole
Joanne's.
side
right.
is empty. Like where Annalise used to be, where that tropical like Paradise Lounge used to be.
Baskin Robbins?
Baskin Robbins.
Where that massage parlor that tugged you at the end was that?
Yeah.
They got in trouble for that.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I think they
Allegedly.
got busted.
Allegedly.
Like, it's proven now.
I think
Allegedly.
that's public knowledge that
Yeah,
it
yeah,
did
yeah.
happen.
And I never got a massage there.
Well,
I really didn't.
that's because you're a good person.
I really didn't. Yeah, dude, any sketchy massage probably like, yeah, I'm not going to that one because they
I'm not.
definitely tried to jerk you off at the end of that.
Not.
Yeah, it's hard. Like when you see massage parlor now to just not have that be the first thing that pops in your
Exactly.
mind.
So many of
You know,
them
you're
got
like,
busted.
Well, and
Spa or
they've,
parlor,
and they've
you're
made
like,
such a
that's-
deal about it, like in the media. You know, the whole Robert Kraft stuff, the whole, anybody that goes and gets a massage is like, oh, yeah, we should probably check into that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Massage,
be careful.
huh?
I've only ever gotten a massage one time, and it was in Mexico.
And
They just had it like we at the condo thing we stayed at. They just had like a thing, and I never had one. I'm like,
oh, so you're like a sandals.
no. It was like it was like a condo. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It was like they had like a palapa thing that just had like a restaurant and a massage parlor right next to like they were in the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Like there was alligators in the backyard. Like this wasn't the sandals.
This wasn't what we. It's not what we,
We
bargained
went
for.
with the Heggy Ricky. It was like Ricky. They had like a timeshare thing there, right?
Yeah.
So we went with them,
Yeah.
and I mean it was a good time.
Well, how was the food for one?
Food, fucking awesome.
Yeah. How was the massage?
The massage was pretty good. There were two people there giving it to me at the same time for some reason, which I thought was weird.
You paid for the experience.
No, dude. I'm like looking down and I see 4 feet. Okay, I assume
feel
it was
2 hands.
I assume it was two
see 4
people.
feet.
I assume it was 2 people because I saw 4 feet.
Wasn't
I'm
it? It
like,
was your masseuse and a photographer.
Could have
oh,
been.
yeah, dude. They're videoing it. They're like,
I was gonna say maybe a masseuse in training that just was
Oh, maybe.
observing, but that may be.
that could have been.
completely
I'm
off.
going to the dark.
I try to stay on the
places.
sunny side of things.
I'm
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
the dark places.
Yeah.
Straight out of the sun.
Straight out.
Nah,
Yeah,
can't
dude.
do it.
Yeah, it was cool though. I mean, it's wild. Like you like go get breakfast and it's refried beans with every meal. Hell on the gastrointestinal system. Like
Absolutely,
Yeah.
but so good,
it's so good.
so good. Especially you get the right cheese on top.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
They don't refrigerate much of anything down there.
Well, no,
Weird.
it's just not.
Most breakfasts was just
Again,
a rum
it's a lot of
mudslide.
stuff-
I'd just eat a rum mudslide for breakfast. Call it good.
It's a lot of stuff that we take for granted. Like
Yeah.
refrigeration isn't always widespread everywhere. And
Well, then you leave something sit on the counter for too long. You're like, man, I wonder if that's still good. And you're like, it's still good.
yeah, right. Where we were just like not refrigerated. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I think I do that at home sometimes. too.
Absolutely.
Like, I think that's totally
Dude,
fine.
I think a pizza, the shelf life of a pizza on my kitchen counter is at least a day and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
If not,
I asked for sour cream down there. They don't have sour cream in Mexico, by the way. Mm-hmm. Well, they didn't at this place.
which is really strange.
It's weird, right?
Yeah.
But so I went to, it's like a taco stand on the side of the road. And I'm like, hey, you got any sour cream? And they're like, and they handed me like this little thing. And I'm like, all right. I'm like dumping it on my tacos. And I'm just like, oh, they don't refrigerate anything. Maybe it's just thin, right? No, it was table cream. It was like coffee cream, like table cream, like heavy cream, whatever. And I'm like, okay. So I'm eating these tacos, and they're just staring at me like I'm the dumbest person they've ever seen in their life. And then I'm just eating them like I can't not eat them now. 'Cause after I figured out what it was, I'm like, whatever.
Right.
You know, they went home and they're like, honey, let's try this shit. I saw this guy do it. I saw this guy do this today, and we got to try it to see if it's any good, dude.
That could not have been good.
No.
It wasn't very good. It wasn't very good.
That could not have been
It wasn't
good.
very good.
So I don't do like I would always be afraid of food in especially like Mexico is the one I know because I eat the Tex-Mex stuff that we have here. Every time that somebody's like, oh, it's real authentic Mexican food, I'm like, I don't really want that.
You go to
Like, I can't stand the taste of flour tortillas. Or not flour,
You
corn
mean corn
tortillas.
tortillas, yeah.
Corn tortillas, yeah.
dude. Like, I mean, most of the places, and you wouldn't want to eat at them after you walked up. Like we went to get those tacos, and they had like a spit going back there with like meat on it, right? And they had to like get the flies off of it, and then they like cut it off. I'm like, whatever, dude.
Yeah.
When in Rome,
Right.
eat as the locals. I fucking ate the flies.
But again, it's like
Bad time.
It's
But it's
just
good.
stuff that we take for granted, right? Like we take for granted that there won't be any flies in our food.
Yeah.
And sometimes
I mean, they have like restaurants now, like McDonald's and stuff, but
sure. Well, I mean, I assume it's the same thing though.
I don't know. I went to the McDonald's in the UK. I don't know if you went to one when you were in Sweden or whatever.
We did.
Yeah, I went to the one in the UK.
It's
and they
different.
they had a thing called the McTasty, and it was not McTasty at all.
No.
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 And it was like, I don't know if they use Scottish beef over there or their version of whatever, but it was not very. It tastes like someone like ashed a cigar on my sandwich, and they probably did. It was 2 a.m., dude. They probably did.
We went to a Burger King in Dublin, Ireland, at really late at night, and it was just Corey and I both were like, "This is not
Yeah.
no."
It was the only place to eat. Like we got back from the pub at like 2, and we're like, oh god, the Don's like everyone was getting out of the Don Stadium because they were all, I don't know what they were doing, partying or something like that.
Right.
But they were all leaving the stadium because that's where our hotel was at. It's the Don Stadium. And then we're like, man, we don't want to deal with all them people right now. Like, let's go get some McDonald's. And then, yeah, not good. They still had Monopoly over there. McDonald's Monopoly.
Oh yeah, playing the
Still
game.
have it here
Still
from
playing the
time to
game
time.
there.
I don't think we can do it here anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
Haven't you seen that documentary?
Yeah, because some guy got caught cheating, right?
Yeah.
Like he was like giving his friend, like the people that did the Monopoly thing was like saving all the top prizes for their friends and shit or something.
McDonald's?
Yeah.
McDonald's.
Filthy scum liars.
Yeah,
Some of my bitch. You know how many times I wish I would have won that whatever it was?
Yeah.
I know.
I'm like, man, I got one boardwalk piece. I just need the other one. Turns out I was never going to get the other one.
Nope.
Ever.
So I just thought they sent them to different parts of the country.
Nope.
And like the people who
There's
won.
like a whole documentary.
So I think that was the plan. Like I think if it had played out like it was designed to do, but I remember watching that documentary on Netflix, and I think it was like the head of security
yeah.
was involved, and he like figured out a way to get the pieces, like which were like, if I remember, I may be completely off. They were like locked up in a special place, like the winners that were going to be distributed out to the different regions. And somehow he got like other people to conspire with him, and it was elaborate. And they got by with it for a long time. A long time.
I mean,
He
'cause
was
we
getting
did
a
how
cut
many- yeah,
of the winnings.
We did how many times of Monopoly, right? And
Yeah.
he was doing it like they were rigging it every time.
Yeah,
Every time.
Rigging it, dude.
Yeah.
That's why you were never gonna win that top prize.
that happened. I remember it.
And there was a whole documentary about this.
Yeah.
I got to watch that.
Yeah.
What was it called?
I don't remember.
Was it like a Netflix?
I don't know.
What
I-
was it,
I-
Netflix
documentary.
thing?
I probably watched it on YouTube, but yeah. It's
Like McMillions.
it's a
Comes to
it's a
mind or
thing,
something,
dude.
or something.
It's a thing. Like that's why we can't do like literally you'll never see Monopoly on another McDonald's cup probably like since they caught him. Which is very upsetting, right? That was like the half of the fun.
It was fun.
It was fun.
You're
Fun
like,
for
man,
fun
you
for the
don't-
whole family.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a large fry so I can peel them pieces
Yeah.
off.
Right. You don't think that they could put in measures to, like, are they just not trusting anyone anymore?
I think they're just like it's like you like let a kid do something and then like they push it too far and they lose it and you're like, yep, lost that privilege for the rest of your life.
For everybody.
Yeah, for everybody.
For everybody.
Yeah.
Ruined it for all of us.
Ruined it for everyone. Ruined it for everyone.
That's exactly right.
I can't believe
Can't
it.
have it.
I can't believe it.
Cannot have it.
Yeah, dude. It's now it just makes my blood boil thinking about it.
Right.
Well, guys, we're going to get into the life and times of our guest, Mike Wilson, tonight. But first, we have a few people we got to talk about. Because they make the show go around. All right. One of them in the comments already. Just like Home Doggy Daycare. Listen, you need a place for your pet to stay while you're gone. Maybe just while you're at work. Maybe just while you're on vacation. Whatever it is. You just want to get your pet socialized. Just like Home Doggy Daycare is the way to go. Check it out. It's my mom's business, full disclosure. Okay? But just like Home Doggy Daycare is literally one of the best and most unique experiences in dog daycare. They're like a part of the family. They go in, they get acclimated, boom, they're sleeping in the beds at night. All right? These dogs are taken care of. So if you need somewhere for your pet to go, I would get on the web at justlikehomedoggy.com or on Facebook at Just Like Home Doggy Daycare. You may have to be away, but for your pets, it will be.
Just like home.
That's right. Well done, Tyler. Nailed it.
I can't believe Brant didn't he mess that up?
Every time.
Yeah.
I
Every
can't believe he
time.
messed that up, dude.
The one time. Every time.
Every time, yeah, it can be every time because it happened once.
And of course, we got to mention Edge Construction. We are in the Edge Construction studio. Okay, we'd be remiss not to mention Edge Construction. Edge Construction, the masters of the construction industry, site development, dirt work. Look, their focus is on commercial, okay? But they will help out anybody. Need some concrete poured? They got you. And if they don't got you, they know how to help. Edge Construction, Kelsey, Maddie, Brian, the whole team, amazing people. All your construction needs, give them a call, 812-343-3035. They're building big things. All right? And they allow us access to get to our little slice of home, which is our podcast studio right here, smack dab in the middle of Edge Construction. So give those guys a call. Tell them the Mind Snacks podcast sent you. Edge Construction, baby. That's it. That's a live read.
That's how I read.
I knocked it out of the park.
I'm telling
today.
you, I say it every
I'm not
week.
gonna
We
lie.
need to make commercials.
We do.
You guys do.
We
Then
need
we
to,
can just hit a button and have like a 2-minute whatever they call it intermission.
Yeah.
You just hit a button. We're like, oh,
Let's go
we'll
out to
pee
the
real quick.
kitchen. Let's go out to the kitchen. No.
MC
different.
events.
That's old school.
You guys tag team events, MC events.
You know, I thought about that.
Yeah.
Like next year, Hoosier Egg Fest. I've been given the job already.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. MC. I did it this past year,
Yeah.
and apparently they liked my work.
Good. Oh, of course.
So next year, I know you're always a cook in it though.
Yeah.
But next year,
I actually have a wedding to do that day next year,
really?
but they like the menu they want. I think I'll be able to do both.
Hi, Nikki Compton. How are you?
I think I'll be able to do
In
both.
the chat.
Like I
Yeah.
got that. Yeah,
Nice.
I say Team Chop Chop's got to be there.
yeah. There's a wedding at the Forge. I might just have to dip a little bit early. Like,
You guys got to get a win. I'm gonna need you guys to get a win.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm an easy too. Like, I mean, I made that lasagna and it was pretty good, but like it was because the hard thing is there was so much prep involved with it because like we hand rolled the noodles and everything, but it was like we always get back from Perry Park and then literally like have Friday to prep. That's it. Like we get back from Perry Park Thursday afternoon, like just dog tired, and then we have one day to get it all together, and then I don't know. We might pull something off.
Have you won it before?
No,
Past years? No.
no.
No,
You're
and
good,
they
bro.
always make good stuff. The thing about Egg Fest, and you've been there, like there's so much good food.
Yeah.
It's all good.
I didn't see you this year.
I wasn't there.
Yeah.
I think we
Well, that makes
were-
sense that I didn't see you then.
Yeah. I think we were camping that weekend. Yeah. I think we had a.
You being were one person I thought I would see.
Yeah.
Being it was a cheer fun
It was
year.
a cheer fun event. I hated missing it.
You know, Ben Noblet knocked it out of the park
Oh,
though.
those guys do all the time.
Yeah, those guys are studs.
Yeah.
Those guys are studs. Actually, Ben reached out to me, and that's how I got the MC gig.
Mm-hmm.
Was Ben reached out because they needed somebody. They needed a fill in.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. I don't care. You know, I love giving my time away.
Right.
You know, it's a great thing. And then they went ahead and paid me anyway. And then I donated all the money they paid me to other teams because, like, I didn't want paid for that charity event. And then at the end, the some of the bitches gave me more money.
They did.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
I just noticed that you're wearing a smoky shirt.
what I meant to say, what I meant to
Fitting.
say, what I meant to say is those guys, you know, Spencer and Nick over there, they're amazing. They
Awesome.
are. They're absolutely amazing people over there at Thompson Furniture. And that's an amazing event. I always love to shout out that event anytime I get the chance
I
because
love-
it's
I
one of
love
my
coo- I
favorite
love
events that
cooking
goes
them.
down in Columbus.
Yeah. It's very popular. People love it. And
Something else that
always good.
we talked about a second ago was because we had Justin Lucas from Hot Box Pizza on the show a couple weeks ago, and we had talked about because I know they do a lot for the Cheer Fund, and we had talked about partnering with Justin and doing something cool, and then Tyler was like, maybe we can go grander scale, do some big stuff for the Cheer Fund. What do you think? And I'm like, well, what are you thinking? He's like, chili cook-off. I'm like, literally already exists.
Yeah.
Well, no, I said like the chili. I mean, I knew
Right.
they already did one. Like,
Right.
we couldn't just have two chili cook-offs, but like something on that kind of a scale, right?
Sure.
But I think we just do that. We get a bunch of raffle baskets, and then just have people swing in,
So having
buy
a
some
kid-
raffle tickets.
Having said all that, you said you'd been on the fire department for 20 years.
Yeah. With Columbus for 17 now.
Yeah.
It's
Columbus.
It's flown by too.
And your official title, Public Information Officer.
Public information
That
officer.
means you do things like talk to the media and things like that,
Yes.
huh? Yeah.
Yes.
Is that good? I mean, do you,
You know,
enjoy
I
it?
do. I love it. It gives me a chance to like really promote all the amazing things the firemen do.
Right.
And you know, we've got 95 firefighters when we're at full staff. Hardworking group, man. They're
So all the
Amazing
firefighters in town that I know are awesome people.
yeah.
Every one of them are just absolutely awesome people, and it speaks volumes about the group they have down there. A lot of them come in and see me where I work.
Right.
Some of the retired ones come in and see me where I work.
Indeed.
I'm not allowed to mention Tim Gilpin.
No.
Oh,
Nope.
Oh God! Oh no!
oh, I done did it.
He's probably watching just to see if you do it.
Oh no, he's in bed by now.
I imagine
Oh, yeah,
so.
he's out.
I imagine so. I gotta get to this question because I want to get to it while Justin's still watching. Hopefully he is. Justin asks, noodles or no noodles? Real quick. Shot out of a cannon, chili,
No,
noodles, no noodles.
It'd be either.
Yeah. So at my house, noodles.
Yeah.
But not elbow macaroni. It's spaghetti.
Yeah,
Cut
so-
up really,
Yeah,
really
yeah.
short little
Oh, really?
pieces. Yeah.
So I've seen that a lot. I'm a both. I'm an either. So
Yeah.
I made chili yesterday, and I didn't put any noodles in it. It just depends on what I'm doing, right? Like sometimes I don't want don't want noodles in my chili, but like in the wintertime, if I want like a really hearty, like I don't know, it's you just want something a little different, right?
Sure.
And I'll use elbow or spaghetti or just whatever. And I don't put enough. Everyone's like, "Oh, that's just a goulash." Then you don't put that many noodles in it, right?
So
You just-
funny you say that. Roger Barr, what's up, Roger Barr? Says noodles is goulash.
no,
Ben Noblet, noodles. Justin Lucas, hashtag noodle gang.
yeah. See, I like, and I you don't put enough in it to make it a goulash, right? Like,
Well, I mean-
it's more of like just an ingredient. That,
So
like-
for me, like I'm a chili mac.
so yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like the Cincinnati style,
Right.
Like, and I hate to say Skyline, but that's what everybody knows.
Dude, I
like you go to
love
Skyline, you go to Skyline and get a 3-way.
we still need to
That's
go.
what's
We need
up.
to go
yeah.
to Cincinnati and eat at one of the
I know,
spots.
I know, and I told him I was one of my ex-wife is actually from Cincinnati,
We can vlog
and
it.
she introduced me to she and my ex-father-in-law introduced me to some pretty sweet chili spots. And there's a spot called Camp Washington Chili, and I'll never stop talking about it. It's literally the best chili
I
I've
want
ever
to go.
had.
Do they have like? Is it like the same thing, like a 2-way or 3-way, whatever?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I want like like, hey man, can I get a 3-way?
You can
They
get
just
it on a
beat my
chili
ass,
dog.
or, like,
You can get it on a chili dog. You need a 2-way through. It's just that Cincinnati recipe style chili. Do
that's what I want, dude.
Yeah.
you guys get any of that at the cook-off?
Any of our members make it Cincinnati style?
Yeah.
I think there has been
Yeah.
in the past, but it gets they get a little more creative than that. Like we've had like white chicken chili in the past.
Yeah, see, that's
We've-
good stuff.
Yeah, we've had some funky ingredients. Let's see. I think somebody this past year did like a bourbon flavored chili.
Really?
I think they put some bourbon in and kind of rendered it down and then
Sure.
used that in their chili.
that'd
So
be-
of course the alcohol content was burned away. But
When
Or
when is the fireman's cook? cook-off?
it is typically we really kick off October, November, and right offhand I can't remember. I want to say it's usually like that first weekend in November. Is
So like, is it just like
kinda that.
firefighters that cook in that?
It is, yeah.
Okay, so
It's
it's
the
all
members.
firefighters,
Mhm.
and is
And
it
is it a
like
public
public
event?
event?
It is. Well, like pre-COVID, it was so fun. We've had it at different locations. We had it at Fair Oaks Mall a lot over
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
years, and we would invite the community to come in, and we would have live music. We would have raffle prizes. It was really fun, and then COVID hit.
Yeah.
We had to come up with a way to still try to raise some money and still have the chili. So we did drive through at Fire Station 1 downtown.
Oh, cool.
And so it was basically a drive up chili cook-off. So our firefighters were kind of out in the parking lot area taking orders from people. They would come in. We would have their order ready to go, and it was a free will donation. So
Oh, wow.
so people would give $20 for like one bowl of
Yeah,
chili.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
So we still did very well for that. So we
Sure.
have not got back to an actual sit down event like we used to do. I hope that one day we'll be able to do that again. But logistically, it's really tough anyway.
I can't
bet.
imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet
I
it's
can't
hard.
imagine.
Yeah, it's tough. But yeah,
You'd
that's
have
such a
to
fun
you'd
event.
have to do it. It'd have to be a big space.
Yeah. Well, we utilized a big section of Fair Oaks Mall, like
Yeah.
where Elder Bierman used to be, and,
Yeah.
and that whole kind of like that 4 hallway area right in the middle, and we would fill it up.
Yeah.
Build
Ben
up
says
people.
we're going to sit down this year.
Fantastic!
That's what Ben says.
I can't wait to hear.
Yeah.
what the
Ben,
plan will
of
be.
course, we appreciate you. Ben says November 1st.
November 1st. Okay.
See?
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
stuff.
So like, I want to go.
Yeah.
Is that an
think
an
that'd be
announcement that just went down on this podcast?
on
think so.
this show?
Is that an announcement that just went down on this show?
November 1st,
That's what's up.
Columbus Farmers Chili Cook-Off.
and it's gonna be a sit down.
Yeah,
Amazing.
that is
I'm ready, dude.
fantastic.
I can't. Wait.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to go. I love chili. Like,
Yeah.
especially like November chili. Like that wintertime chili hits hard.
Two of my favorite things, man. Chili and charity.
Chili and charity.
Chili and charity.
beautiful.
Let's go.
That's poetic.
I'm
What
gonna
was
make
that?
a shirt
What was
that
James
says that.
Joyce?
Well,
It's more of a Chaucer. I'm more
Chaucer.
classical.
Oh,
you know.
beautiful.
No, but
There you go.
Yeah. I just might have written a T-shirt. Always first Friday in November live broadcast from who?
Yeah. So I got Ben Nabla.
Yeah.
Has been
Who's in the comments right
one
now?
of
Just-
the co-chairs for many years here, the last several years, and his crew and the Cheer Fund board, they've stepped up the game.
Yeah?
And it's really going well. They do a lot of those live broadcasts from like delivery day of the toys, and so big shout out to all the Cheer Fund.
Yeah,
folks.
that'd be a good time.
All
They
right, we
do a
got a
great
couple.
job.
We got a couple debates going here. Beans or no beans?
Not in my house, but I love beans.
Yeah.
So my chili is probably mostly beans.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'll put
Beans are
I'll put
delicious.
4 types of beans in, but I also use like 5 pounds of meat in a little pot, right? Like so it's like a lot of meat, like 3, 4, 5 types of beans, right?
Yeah.
And then
Garbanzo maybe.
I use usually Pinto Great Northern,
Yeah.
like red bean, like the
Kidney.
chili, like a chili bean, right? And then kidney sometimes. What's the other? Like it's like a starts with a C. It's like a long. It's basically a white kidney bean. Like I'll use that sometimes. But it just depends. Like whatever beans I have in the cabinet, dude, they're going in the chili.
There's
most
so
likely.
much going on in the comments. I'm loving it right
Bell
now.
peppers. I put bell. You put bell peppers in your chili?
Yeah, I do. But again, like I have to, like when I cook at home, I have to kind of like make it pretty simple sometimes for some of those recipes because
There's multiple mouths.
Yeah,
and-
like
yeah. And I'm one of the kids. I don't like anything.
You guys
Yeah.
have you ever seen that video of like a Ring doorbell camera and it's like Dad spent all day making this chili. It's like his famous recipe. He was like taking it to their friend's house and he fell down the stairs because they were all icy, dumped the whole pot all over the thing.
seen that.
He just defeated.
No.
yeah.
So
Wesley
what
Bose
what
says
made you-
Mike with like 8 exclamation points says I love that
Yeah.
guy.
What's that now?
Wesley Bose.
Oh,
Good
Wesley,
person,
man,
good people.
My brother. I
Haven't
love that
talked
guy
to him in
too.
a while. Julie
Yeah.
Wart Rodriguez says peanut butter.
Peanut butter
I don't
and
put that.
chili.
Peanut butter.
I've heard people do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't do that.
Peanut
but
butter
I've,
on crackers.
I've heard people do it. Peanut butter sandwiches in it.
Yeah.
I like to go old Ted Lasso style. Just leave a jar of peanut butter on the counter at all times. It's open that you can just dip your finger in.
Whenever
get,
you
Get a
want.
little peanut butter
There
every
you
now and
go.
again. Walk through the
Can you
kitchen.
imagine the stuff that gets
easy
stuck
access.
in that?
Get a little
dude?
dip.
So, Mike, what made
Get
you
you a
want
pull
to
off
be a
that.
firefighter?
Yeah.
Get down to the roots.
yeah.
Get down to the
Let's get
roots
there.
of
We
it.
got to get. I mean, the comments are absolutely berserk.
They're
right
fucking
now.
bizarre, off the chain.
They're berserk, but yeah, we got to get to that.
So what kind of led me to it, I really didn't know if I did or not. I was working at Walmart distribution center back in the late 90s after high school. And I worked on the shipping dock. And they had like a serious injury response team there. And it was the people that were like the Band-Aid guys that like somebody gets hurt, you go check them out. And I'm like, man, that'd be fun. Cause I was just, doing mindless work, just loading semi trucks with Walmart freight and shipping it all over the region. And so I did that and I really enjoyed it. And so I had like a little bit of medical training then. And then one day, actually, I was out at lunch there in Seymour, right off Highway 50. And there was a car crash that happened like right in front of me, and there was an old couple that I think got T-boned, and I pulled up and I'm like, wow, I could see the car smoking. Initially, I thought it was on fire, but later, it was the airbags that had deployed, and so I'm sitting there trying to help, and I'm like, they're trapped in. I'm trying to yank on the doors, and they're still both conscious and talking, and there's a little bit of blood, and they were injured, I could tell. And the police get there, and they're like, we got it, we're good. Fire department gets there, they get the JAWS, the extrication equipment out. JAWS of life is what a lot of people refer to that too. And they really quickly, Seymour Fire Department, they had both of them out. They had them loaded up in ambulances, and I was like, wow, that's wild. So my path went from working in the safety crew there to taking an EMT course. And then I worked for the hospital as an EMT for several years.
So you just got curious as you went along.
I did. And then I met a lot of firefighters, and I was like, well, I'm going to start maybe volunteering at the fire department, Columbus Township,
okay.
here in Columbus.
Was that the first 3 years then?
Yeah.
Columbus Township.
Yeah. And while I was doing that and still working at the Columbus Regional Health on the ambulance, I'm like, man, I want to advance. I want to become a paramedic. So I started paramedic school, and then met more friends on the Columbus Fire Department. They're like, you should apply for us. And I did. And it took me actually 3 attempts of applying to finally get hired, and it was a challenge. It was very competitive, and a lot of people applied, and I got blessed and finally did get hired. And so that was kind of my path into the fire service.
That's crazy.
It's a tough pool to. That's a tough pool to be in. Like because I've heard that like it's you could apply and apply and apply and apply,
Yeah.
and it's like one of those things that you never know if you're going to get or
Right.
not. Yeah, that's a cool.
I
like,
kept telling myself
intro to.
and I tell a lot of people that want to be a firefighter. For me, I was like, I'm going to keep applying until I just run out of time. Because it's at a certain point you're too old to work there, and thankfully I did get hired. And 17 years now, and it's been wonderful, man. I love it so much.
So what did you start off doing at the fire? Like
I started off just being your standard firefighter. I mean, I worked
you just kind of
on an engine.
moved up from there.
Yeah, I worked on an engine every day, and or every third day, because we have a 24-hour on schedule and 48 hours off.
Okay.
So you work one day and then you're off for 2 days, and then you just repeat that cycle. And I was just a firefighter and a paramedic, doing all that fun stuff, learning as I was working.
So you were like, was that like your main role as like a paramedic, or do they have like main roles like that, or is everyone just a firefighter and then like some people are paramedics on the side? Or
Yeah, all of our firefighters are at a minimum level emergency medical technicians. EMTs.
Okay. So any firefighter is that, and then
Right.
like firefighter first, but they also have all this in their back pocket, right? And you were just a little like more trained than that.
Yeah,
You were
yeah.
paramedic school.
I took it was a 2-year training course to become a paramedic, and it was tough, man. It was a lot more in-depth medical training, a lot to it, and so I did. It helped me acquire some additional patient care skills.
Yeah.
And I could do. So I could provide some treatments to patients in the field that potentially could be life-saving. So that was
help them for kind of the first line of medical attention, right? But like, but that's and then just kind of worked your way up to where you are now.
I did. I did 7 years as a firemedic, working on the engine, 24 hours at a time, and then they had the public information officer position open up, and I applied for it and got that. So
okay, so that was your last, whatever, 10 years, right? You've been
last 10 years.
For 10 years, it took me a minute to do the math there.
Yeah, I know.
So have you ever seen the show Tacoma FD?
I have.
Is it anything like that
Well,
in the firehouse?
Yeah, like I think there's maybe some truth in some of that, because
I mean, obviously that like without probably like the extreme comedy part,
right. But shenanigans are pretty common.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, you're stuck with these guys for 24 hours straight, right? You've got to kind of lighten it up a little bit.
You really do.
Yeah, you can't. You got to break it up.
Right, and aside from there are certainly things that could get us in major trouble, like some of the shenanigans, and so there are limits, and of course, there are rules we have to follow.
Yeah,
but but it's a blast.
You guys cook dinner like. Do you have like a designated cook guy that's like on your shift? That's like, dude, you're cooking dinner tonight or whatever. Like he's just the best cook, or did you guys kind of round robin it, take turns? And it's like, oh man, this guy's cooking tonight. Let's all just not eat.
Yeah, so it varies like from station to station. I was always stationed at Station 1, which is one of our largest stations, and we've got 8 firefighters typically that work at that one.
Okay.
And like the bigger stations, usually they kind of come together and they come up with a cooking schedule. And when I was on shift, Sundays were my day to cook, which was perfect because I loved Sundays. Because Sundays typically in the fire service, you don't have a lot of tours, you don't have a lot of extra training that you're doing. It's kind of more of a relaxed kind of day.
Right.
You're basically just doing all your mandatory truck checks, cleaning the station, and then responding on calls.
Hoping no one drops a frozen turkey into the fryer.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hey.
And so my day was Sunday, and I always loved cooking that day. But it varies. So Sunday was always my day. So if you cook, you buy all the supplies and you cook it, and then basically the rest of that cycle of your work shifts, you don't cook again until it's back on your day. So everybody has a cook.
Yeah, because I mean, like you don't work every single Sunday, right?
Right.
So do you cook every meal for that day?
Usually for us at the time, it was breakfast and lunch.
Okay.
And then typically dinner, like everybody maybe brings in something from home, or if there are leftovers from lunch, people will eat those, and
Okay.
or we would order pizza or decide to go to Kroger and maybe do burgers or dogs
yeah.
on the grill.
I think I've seen
Yeah.
them like at one. That's like the one down by where Joe Willie's used to
Yeah.
like. But,
Yeah.
So like I've seen them out there like sitting in like lawn chairs outside, just
Yeah.
hanging out, right?
Yeah.
Just
I
hanging.
mean, it's
just,
one of those things where you kind of always got to be ready, but at the same time, I'm sure there's downtime.
There is.
And that's what I was kind of wanting to get at. I'm glad you kind of got us started. Like, because the shift is 24 hours, correct?
It is. Yeah.
So what does a 24-hour shift look like?
7 a.m. is when we report to duty at the station, and typically, first thing guys will do is I say guys, but the firefighters,
Sure.
are men and women.
yeah.
They'll grab their gear, they'll get it to the apparatus that they're on for that day. They'll check out the trucks, make sure we have plenty of equipment. Medical supplies are stocked. We got water in our water tank. The hoses are all where they need to be. Once that's all checked out, typically we'll come into the kitchen area, have breakfast, drink coffee, talk about like if there's training going on, what type of tours we're going to have, and then we'll clean the station, mop the floors, clean the bathrooms, do the laundry, and then basically get to whatever day's plan is, and that's a lot of training. Every day there's some sort of training. Usually there's some sort of public event that we're invited to attend. Like last night we had Public Safety Day at the Lowe's parking lot. So last evening we had a couple hundred people visit us
okay.
out there, and we just had all the trucks set up, and it's just a great community event. But so while that's going on, if there's not a lot going on and you maybe have some individual training, you want to watch a video or read a book, you can do that. We'll come back at lunch, eat lunch, usually maybe get a little nap in.
Right.
You got to stay ready,
Sure.
And then if there's additional things you have to do in the afternoon, you'll handle those. And then, usually by about 5 o'clock, it's kind of like, all right, what do you guys want to do now? A lot of guys will go play basketball. They'll go work out. If there's a high school sports team playing somewhere, they'll go cheer on the sports teams. I mean, it's really cool. It's really cool.
That's really cool.
During the whole process, we're always, like you said, at the ready.
At the ready, yeah.
We're ready to go.
So say they go watch a high school event, like at that, would they take all their gear in the truck and everything with them?
Absolutely.
And then that way, like if they get a call, they just leave right from there. Okay,
yeah.
okay, that's cool. That's pretty cool.
That's wild.
But,
it is.
I'd never known like what a shift would look like.
So now, as the public information officer, like, you're still on a shift like 24/48, right?
So I work I work in our administrative office.
Okay.
So I'm Monday through Friday.
Okay.
I basically work a 40-hour week.
Okay.
But there are many times when we get called in for fires or rescues or special events, and then we're always on call. So tonight at midnight, we could have a major need for public information.
Right.
And I would
So
respond.
so like something major happens in the middle of the night, and you're like the liaison to the media or whatever,
Correct,
right?
yeah.
So something bad happens, and then like they need someone to, so they'll just call you, and you. Yeah, that's.
There's a person in the comments like, "You have any update on the Grandview incident?"
I have not seen anything on the
Yeah.
Grandview incident. The very, very unfortunate event.
I don't know what
Had you heard?
I don't know what that is.
So
Yeah.
so I just saw today like
Yeah.
some guy who was like 7 years old, like went underwater and just never came back up.
Yeah, that's what I heard as well. So
wow.
they were this afternoon. They were the responders out there, which was a multi-agency response. We're doing a search for this missing person in the Grandview Lake, and unfortunately, they had some storms rolling through too at that time. So they had to pause the search just out of safety precautions.
Sure.
And I had not heard anything since that time. So.
Wow.
Unfortunately, that kind of situation there, it sounds like it's going to be a recovery. It's no longer really a rescue effort.
Right.
So it's so tragic, and certainly condolences to all the families that are involved in
that's
that.
right.
and that's great. Like, and
It's a really sad deal.
and you never know. Like,
Yeah.
like he could have just been swimming right and cramped up or something, and
Yeah.
then easy as that.
Certainly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Man.
he did. Like,
Yeah.
and that's another thing. Like you probably see it firsthand, but like people don't know. Like life is fragile. Like it can like blink of an eye
Yeah.
and something could happen, right?
Right.
It really is, man.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, and you probably, I mean, the mill race, where the rivers come in and people swim there all the time.
Right.
I always hear about rescues happen. It's like, man, when will people learn? Like, don't do
Right.
this.
Right.
Yeah.
I always thought, like, I used to think a while, long ago in life. It's like, man, because you think firefighter, you think running into a burning building. And that's what I thought. And I was like, I could do that. I would do that. That sounds like something I would not just like, I know that nobody wants to run into a burning building. But that's me, firefighter, that's what I equated. What stopped me from applying ever to the fire department was what I couldn't do, and I know I couldn't do, is roll up on a car accident.
Yeah.
And see some of the. I can't imagine.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. I don't want to imagine.
Hey, there's a guy at work that he's a volunteer, and I don't know where he volunteers at, but like he's like rolled up on car crashes and like seen things like it's really fucked with him.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
But it's like, you can't imagine because you and police are probably some of the first people there, right? And then you're tasked with getting them out,
Right.
Which
right. Yeah,
So-
there's been a huge discussion about that in the fire service and in law enforcement as well about that post traumatic stress and
Right.
and unfortunately firefighters and I hate to kind of take it down to a sad level, but it's just real talk.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
No,
But-
absolutely.
But
Yeah.
it's we're really susceptible to that post traumatic stress disorder.
Sure.
And some unfortunate
Well, it's something-
occasions of firefighters just not being able to handle it. And,
Sure.
And then
when people don't think, like when they think fire, they don't think about that side of it, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I was.
Yeah.
That's what I was kind of
Yeah,
alluding
yeah,
to.
yeah,
Is
yeah, they don't-
I thought, would I gear up and go into a burning building at this point in my life with no training at all?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I absolutely would. If there was
trained.
somebody to
You're
save,
trained to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If there
yeah,
was somebody
yeah.
to save at this point in my life, yes,
Yeah.
I absolutely would. Man, every time I see a car accident, I've watched a couple car accidents go down, and I
Yeah.
know even from my vantage point, from the driver's seat of my GMC Acadia, I'm like, I don't want to look.
Yeah.
I saw a head-on collision in front of Mike's or Crew Car Wash or whatever it is
Right.
now. This has been just within the last year. Watched a head-on collision go down
yeah.
right there on National Road. I had my daughter with me, and I was just like, "Don't look. I don't know. We're gonna stop. We're gonna make sure. But I have to stop.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah, we do, man. It's that when people talk about joining the fire department, they say, "Hey, can we go to schools and talk with kids about the job, seeing if we can get them interested in that as a career path."
Sure.
And we tell them right up front, this is a job where you're going to experience other people's trauma. You're going to experience, other people's loss, and you're going to have to deal with that.
Right.
You're going to have to see the really, really ugly things that no one should ever see.
Sure.
And things that you'll never forget. Like, the things we see, some of us will always remember some of those images.
I couldn't. I'm a sympathetic crier, dude. Like if
Yeah.
I see
Oh,
someone
yeah.
crying, I'm just like I just start crying for no. Like I don't even know
Yeah.
what's going on, but I'm just like, man, it sucks that they're crying.
Right.
So like I'd just be doing it.
Right. But we have so many other good moments.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
when we
yeah.
Absolutely.
when we do make like a really good rescue,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
we have a medical patient that like we provide care and then they walk out of the hospital.
Yeah, Sure. yeah.
And so those are great. And sometimes it's just like you respond to Mrs. Smith's house because she's got a problem that our dispatch center really doesn't know who else to send. So
Sure.
they send the fire department. And maybe it's like a leaking pipe or,
Right.
her smoke alarm battery won't stop beeping.
Sure.
But we make her day by just
Yeah.
providing a little bit of attention. And
It's kinda like
and
the
that stuff
definition
is like gold
Yeah.
to me. I love that stuff.
It's like-
Well, the service side of it,
yeah.
I've always imagined being the most rewarding.
Yeah,
like
it definitely is.
And the reality is, like, people look up to you, to firefighters, because of that very, those acts of service, that selfless kind of. It's a very selfless, kind of a role to be in.
Yeah.
And like I said, I've always thought, I actually applied to the police department years ago. Got some bad information, was told I was too old in my first interview, and that broke my heart.
Oh, yeah.
And I was 36.
Yeah. When you're over the limit.
Yeah. So I was told I could be 36, and then I was told by Deputy Chief Harry that 36 was too old.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you guys actually rescue kittens from trees.
Absolutely.
Have you done that?
really?
You've done that?
Yeah.
No, because
Yeah.
no, dude. One time our cat, like Allie, like her cat ran up a tree and was like up there meowing. I'm like, bro, I really don't know if firefighters save cats. Like, I don't know if we can call somebody for this,
Yeah.
right? Like,
So there's a joke like in the fire service that old firefighters will tell those old salty firefighters
Yeah.
about getting called to rescue cats from trees, and those guys will say, "Hey kid, have you ever seen a cat skeleton up in a tree?" And you never see a cat skeleton in a tree. They always find a way to get down.
Yeah.
Right? They always find a way to get down.
yeah, so you don't really have to rescue.
You don't
them.
really have to rescue them. They will get down, but because it's someone else's emergency, I mean, it's not. It may not be an emergency to us, but
Sure.
it's their emergency.
Absolutely.
So if we can help make that emergency better, that's what we do. So yeah, there are times when
I
will
wonder
put
like
a ladder.
you see it, right? And it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
he was really up there, and that's why I told Allie, I'm like, dude, he got up there, he'll get down.
Yes.
He's like, they're pretty smart, right?
Yeah.
Like they're not just gonna sit up there and meow until they die. Like they're gonna find a way down.
That's exactly right.
but yeah, that's I had to ask. Like I didn't know if that was a real thing.
So Station 5, they had a beaver that was stuck in a. They had a beaver that was stuck in it was at a retention pond, and it had like an overflow drain pit. So like if obviously if the water was too high, it would flow
Like
over
one of
into
those
the pit.
concrete things?
Yeah, and it was
Okay.
empty. And somehow the beaver got down in there, and somebody from the neighborhood, and it was out in the Tipton Lakes area, said, "Hey, there's a beaver in here." So our crew was called to go out there, and our guys wrangled a young beaver up, got it somehow in a box, and let it go.
Wow.
That's crazy. It's like you're not gonna believe this today.
Yeah, somebody
like what
the
happened?
guys rescued a beaver today.
Yeah, they're just like, I wrangled the beaver. They're like, oh yeah, me too. And you're like, no, I ain't joking, dude. You're like, no, dude. You like you don't understand. Like,
I had to-
there was a beaver in this pipe.
I had the Franklin. So somebody said a turtle stuck in a creek. I had a turtle. I was managing an apartment complex in Franklin, Indiana, and we had a snapper, big old snapper.
Yeah.
Had to have come out of our pond. Got there somehow, but he was in the middle of the road. And the problem with this big old snapper is when we went to just like pick him up, like, hey man, let's get you back to the pond. He literally tried to take all of our hands off.
Oh yeah.
Very, very, very angry turtle. No water around. I can understand.
Bowser, dude.
Probably wants to be. Oh, dude,
That's how he
bad.
started.
It was bad. Like this guy was aggressive as a turtle can be. Like it's hard to be afraid of a turtle because they move like this. You know what I mean? Like I can get away, but like you try to go near this guy and he was absolutely trying to take your hand off.
Yeah.
And we had to call Franklin PD. I'm like, hey man, I don't know what else to do.
Dude.
And same thing. We kind of coaxed him into the box and got him into this like plastic box, and he's in the box like
Thrashing,
thrashing, dude. This
Like that
turtle
word,
wanted to kill
thrashing.
people. Let him out into the pond. He tried to turn around and come back at us, and I'm like,
He's
bro,
like, I just got out of this pond.
just go to the
Like,
pond, bro.
No, so
Just go to
speaking
the
of
pond,
turtles,
bro.
like I hit a turtle one time, and I hate hitting turtles on the road, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I hate it. But and this was like when I say I hit this turtle, I didn't run him over. Like he was taller than my car's bumper, so I just pushed him down the road and until I stopped and backed up and went around him. But I couldn't swerve around him because some lady was stopped in the other lane, stopped trying to shoo this turtle off the road, and it was like right over a hill. So I'm like, I couldn't swerve around him, so I literally just had to hit it. Like I couldn't lock my car up. I'm like, dude, it's like, and I did, and I like hit him, drug him down the road. And I could see her in the back just yelling.
yeah.
I'm like, lady, first off, that's like a 40-pound snapping turtle. Like that thing's gonna bite your hand off. Second off, don't stop in a lane where I could have easily went around this turtle, right? Like just don't stop. Like it's a
Right.
fucking turtle. I understand that it's a turtle, but like this thing is old. Like he knows how to do this, right? He's probably crossed this road a bunch of times.
Right.
Like he'll be fine.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Ah.
that's
That stuff just wild to me though, man. Like you imagine probably the range of calls that you guys get.
Oh yeah, you guys probably do a lot, like get a lot of wild animal calls, I would assume.
Yeah.
Because like people just don't know who to call, right? They're
Right.
like,
Right.
dude,
Well, that's the go-to. It's like call the fire department.
yeah.
Right.
There's a
Why?
possum. There's a possum in my attic, guys. and I
Right.
really can't fight this thing alone.
Yeah, we wintertime especially, like dogs will go out on the ice. And,
Oh, yeah.
and sometimes they fall through.
Yeah.
And so we get calls for rescues of dogs from the ice. We had again in the west side of town, Tipton Lakes area, we actually had a doe that was out on the ice and it couldn't get off. So it was ourselves and DNR out there, and we actually had to like throw ropes around the
Lasso
the
it.
deer
Yeah.
Pull it off
and
the
drug it over to the side, and then DNR assessed it, and they're like, yeah, she'll be fine. And deer ran off.
She got out there and she's like, okay, I got bit off a little more than I can chew on this.
It's
one,
kind of
guys."
like that Bambi scene. Like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
deer's just like can't get their footing.
Yeah.
And
Amanda Neff says hi.
hello, Amanda.
Actually, she says, "Hey, Mike.
hello.
Remember the Wise we were talking about the other day? There's 4 of them there.
Oh, got to go back and watch that episode.
She's such good people, though.
yeah.
Big fan of her.
Yeah.
Big fan of her. She says we had CFD rescue a turtle stuck in the creek not long ago that was stuck in a branch or something, and the current just kept it turning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it just the random. I never really thought of that.
Right.
But the randomness of some of the calls you guys must get.
Yeah. Sometimes it's like crazy. We're like, what? What are we going? What are we
Right.
going to?
What are we
respond
Yeah,
on?
what
The
happened?
other day, this was like 6:00 in the morning, and I'm going down 25th Street, and there was literally a deer crossing 25th Street at the construction right at National Road.
Yeah.
Like it was standing on the other side of the road that's under construction and closed. And then like as I'm coming through the light, I'm going slow because I'm like, which way you going, deer? And it went across the road and then back down under the bridge, back toward the water. This is unreal.
That's wild, dude.
I'm in the middle of town. Why is there a deer here?
I know.
Yeah, I mean, there are probably more deers like in town than you realize. Like
Oh yeah.
at the tech center, they used to have like before they mowed that bank or whatever. They used to be like just overgrown, bad.
Right.
And you could sit in the office building and look down and just see deer like drinking out of the creek and stuff in that
Sure.
thick.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
like that's wild.
And like I ride my bike on the People Trail a lot, and on more than one occasion have I come across deer like gathered, like 2 or 3 of them gathered on the trail, and I'm like, y'all got to move
Y'all got to get
because
going.
I don't think I can defend myself right now.
Dude, deer like I've seen some deers like whoop some ass. Dude.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Absolutely.
they get those
Aggressive.
front feet going.
Yeah.
And they're like razor blades because they're just like they walk and it sharpens their hooves or
I
whatever.
want no part of that.
Oh, dude.
Just trying to
What
ride
would it be
my
like to be a firefighter in Australia?
yeah, to fight a kangaroo.
Like the kangaroo. That's what I was thinking of. I was like,
Well, have you ever seen videos of like people squaring up with
I
kangaroos?
love those.
Yeah,
but
it's
I,
great.
But I wonder. I mean, because they have some like big spiders and big serpents over there.
So in
So
Australia,
I wonder what that'd be like.
everything in Australia is bred to kill you.
Yeah, that's
Everything.
true.
Like
Yeah.
I'm
Even-
pretty
even
sure they
look
have
at-
I'm pretty sure they have like a spider migration season in Australia. Like
Yeah.
literally, like everything's just covered in webs. And like it,
Even
yeah.
to look at like a kangaroo from the they're jacked.
they get a call. Hey, Kangaroo Jack has my dog in a headlock, like that video. You know,
Yeah.
it's like they're
I
like,
love
yeah, the
that.
firefighter's like, hey, bro, he's on his own now. Like I ain't
Swear.
doing it. I ain't doing it.
Yeah.
Gonna have to hit that guy.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a
can't
video today.
imagine.
Speaking of kangaroos, there was like a baby kangaroo, like little bitty, in the guy's yard, and it wouldn't leave. So he like went inside and put a kangaroo costume on that he had from Halloween, and like opened the pouch, and this thing just jumped in. He's like,
Oh,
"What?
no way.
Yeah,
That's
you know how cool
awesome.
that'd be."
That would be.
Kind of. Until the baby kangaroo realized that you weren't its mama.
I don't know that babies are like dude. It's like kangaroos grow up evil, right? But I don't think they start that way. Like he could. What if he just grew up nice?
How do they grow up evil? Like, how does that happen?
Have
What
you
kind
ever
of
met a nice kangaroo?
Never.
They're probably pissed. They're probably pissed that they're like a small furry T-Rex. Like they have tiny little arms.
Sure. But they're jacked. They're absolutely jacked.
They have to be, dude, because everyone makes fun of them in the animal kingdom. They gotta be jacked so they can defend their honor. I guess
That's true.
See,
It's true.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to mess with one.
No.
That's what I
No.
know.
Well-
I hope I never meet a kangaroo in the wild.
like emus. I think emus are over there. Like the thing in like the way that they like kangaroos fight. Have you ever seen them? Like they rock back on their tail and use
Oh,
their
yeah.
feet or whatever.
Yeah.
But like they have toenails too, and they'll like a human being, they'll just cut you open, right? Same way with like an emu or an ostrich. They'll cut like they use their feet and they just like they go for midsection and it's not their intention, but our skin is not like animal hide or whatever. It's
Right,
just
right.
they just flay you right open. Like yeah, fuck that. That's why anyone's like, oh, I want to go try to pet this thing. Go for it, dude. I'm gonna go this
Stay
way.
away. Stay away from them.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the family's back there going, finish him.
Yeah, dude. Like, everyone's like, I'll
sliced
get
him
my
up.
camera out, and it's like, and then the kangaroos are all back there. I was like, oh god, look, Ted's got another
Total
one.
kill.
And Ted's got another one.
Oh my
Good
goodness.
stuff.
So
Yeah.
there's another layer of you that we have to talk about.
Yes, sir.
Musician Mike. When he ain't fighting fires, He's playing the drums and the guitar.
Yes, I like to play guitar and
Yeah.
drums.
So are you still now? Christy had asked a little bit. But are you still singing in a band? You
Yeah.
guys still doing Redline?
Yeah, Redline's still playing.
Do you guys have? Do we have you booked at the bar at Zig's
yeah, actually,
this year?
I think we're playing in September, unless it's late August. I would have to look, but we are. As a matter of fact, I think we have 2 more appearances at Ziggy's in the next couple months.
I knew we tried to get you a few.
Yeah,
You know,
I love
we
playing.
like
there.
having you guys around.
Our whole band loves it. That's actually probably one of our most fun places.
We like having you guys around for sure. It's always a good time, no matter what. Have you heard their band play?
So they played Jarek's birthday party.
We did. Well, that was myself and my sister.
Yeah. It
Melissa.
wasn't a band. It was
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
I don't know
And
that
you
I've actually.
cooked that night.
Yeah, I cooked
and
that
it
day.
was killer.
I don't know that I've ever watched your band actually play.
Mm-hmm.
They're
What
good.
kind of
So
music? What kind of music do you play?
So it's a mixture. We do mostly classic rock and blues, and then we've got a couple country songs, and we tend to kind of be on kind of the jam band side of
Okay.
things.
Yep.
We kind of get in and kind of get lay it down for a little while,
Yeah.
and that's just kind of been our style.
I'll see when you guys play. I might try to get out that
Yeah,
way.
and a couple originals. Ty Frankie plays lead and sings, and he's been a really great songwriter. He's got like 5 or 6 songs that he's written that I think they're really good songs.
nice.
And so we incorporate those in there.
Yeah.
And
Now is Melissa still participating at all?
Melissa's still
Okay,
she's
because-
still singing.
Was she
Now
not?
she
there the
was
last
not
time?
there the
Yeah.
last time.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, she had she was sick and she couldn't make it, and so
Made me nervous because I was
I
like, you
know.
guys are showing up without the main attraction.
Oh my gosh, yeah, she's amazing.
You are, and you already know.
Yeah, we
She's
know
the main attraction.
She is, man. She's got such a good voice.
She's a phenomenal
She's got
human
a
too.
phenomenal, and that's my sister. In case anybody out there,
Yeah.
my sister Melissa Rager, she sings with us, and she is really talented. She's got a beautiful voice.
Yep.
She's bubbly and just can talk to anybody.
Yep.
And yeah, we have a great time, and I think that it would be like odd not playing, but it's a challenge sometimes
Right.
to find the time. So
it's
if we
tough.
do once a month, I'm completely awesome with that because it's a lot of work. It's a
I
lot of
would
work.
I would love to play again.
Yeah.
Like I haven't played music now. It's been 9 years
Yeah.
since I played out.
Do
but
it.
my mom shared a video today of my band from 2011. And I'm just watching. I'm just like, God, I used to be so cool.
Yeah.
And
I
cool.
want you to get back together so bad.
Yeah,
You
well,
don't even have to get the originals back together, dude. Just you're the singer.
just start
right?
playing music
Right.
again.
Yeah, you're the singer. Just find some more people.
Just assemble your cast.
But
of
it's funny
characters.
because she shared a video of us playing Detroit Rock City, which I don't even remember having ever done that song. Like, but I knew that she's a big Kiss person.
Yeah.
And then she was like, "They're playing my song," and I'm like, "We did that? Cool."
Yeah.
Like that's a whole lot of Jaeger bombs ago.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to,
Yeah.
But Christy Frisch says choir boy.
Yes.
Yeah. Were you a choir guy in
I
high school?
was.
Me too.
I was in choir from my 6th grade year at Mount Healthy, which is where you went.
I went
right?
to Mount Healthy. Yeah.
Did they have choir still?
I think so.
Yeah.
Ty was too cool for choir.
Yeah. But I did choir there, went to Central Middle School and was in choir and did theater.
Yep.
And then went to North and I was in choir all 4 years, did
Nice.
some theater stuff.
Same.
And it was fun. I made some awesome friendships with the people that were involved with that.
Yeah.
And then and I mixed it up. I played football. I was not a good football player at North, but I did play football. So I had a whole other group of friends.
Sure.
That were, all the athletic kids, and then all the choir and band kids.
Yep.
And I tried to be involved in as much as I could and just have fun.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
kind of how I was. I just hung out there.
Actually enjoy high school.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did. I really did.
It's been so long ago.
Yeah.
30.
30 years now for me, I think it is. Getting
You
close
30?
to 30.
You're 30. You're not 50 yet, are you?
No,
That's what I thought.
40, 47.
Yeah, I graduated 24 years ago. 24 years ago. It's fucking wild that I've been out of school.
No.
14 years ago.
There you go.
Yeah.
I can't
say,
do math.
I
I'm like, no, I was thinking in 2000.
I got out of
yeah,
school
2010.
I got out of
14
school
years ago,
25 years
I'm
ago.
like, man, I was 6 when I graduated.
Oh, we're not supposed to mention just
Tim,
comment. Yeah, what? Don't say it.
Oh, I mean, Tim.
Gilpin.
What how did
He
He
were
shall
not
not
supposed
be
to
named.
mention.
Yeah.
He told me to promise not to mention
He's
him.
not
and
on
then
there.
Did
is
you
he?
promise?
He just
though?
commented.
Did
He
you,
called us all kids.
Did you promise
Oh
though?
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I did. I promised him. I said
I
we
gotta
won't
tell,
say your
I gotta
name.
Why
tell a
would you
story
promise him?
about Tim.
Tim Gilpin's story. I
Yeah.
love it.
Oh, yeah,
This is
fun.
exactly what he didn't want.
So it is. And
Shout out Tim Gilpin.
I'll tell
Love
you
you,
what,
brother.
talk about a good mentor when I first came on, because I was
Yeah.
brand new, and you learn a lot from the people you work with, even though they may not be in charge. But it was funny. Tim's always fun. But one day we're cleaning windows or something, and all of a sudden I hear him say, "Wilson, salute," or he said like something like "about face and salute." So I'm like, all right, about face and salute, and then driving by the station was a Budweiser delivery truck. and it made me. I just got to giggling about it, but I don't know if he'll remember that. But I just remember it. But Tim, that's Tim's
that's
awesome
Did Tim
personality.
ever rock one of
Yeah.
the big firefighter mustaches?
I think he did. Yeah, I think
Like
he did.
like 90s Tim? Just,
yeah, and I know
just
he's probably
rocking
going,
it.
"Wilson, stop talking." Don't.
Right.
and
Oh,
and
that's
he's
exactly what he's
like,
saying, I
"Don't
promise you."
talk about me anymore. Is probably what Tim's saying. But I love Tim, and
I told him we wouldn't,
yeah,
and
You
then
gotta
here
quit
we are.
promising him that, dude. We talk
Yeah.
about him every single week.
We do. We really do. I told him. That's what I said to him today. I was like, "Do you think we just get on our podcast and talk about
but
you?"
we do. We talk about him every week, at least to some magnitude, right?
Right.
We at least say his name once.
he's a great guy.
Yeah, dude. We always got to talk about
he
Tim
is. He is.
He's a great guy, and generally, I spend my Wednesday afternoons with him.
with
Good.
Tim.
Yeah,
So work at the bar all day.
yeah.
Timmy's got to be there by 3. If he's
Yeah.
not there by 3, he's unhappy.
Well, bedtime's what, 7:30 to 8?
Depends.
I don't know, dude. He's
It's almost
9:17.
9:50.
Sometimes he's night out, Tim.
Yeah.
This is what this is,
That's
and
great.
Tim, I really hope you're still watching. This is what you get
He just popped in and
for
said one thing. He's
telling
gone.
me
Yeah.
to not bring up your name.
Yeah.
This is what you get, and
I don't know, dude. Yeah. Every week we say Tim Gilpin at least once.
at least one
At
time.
least one time.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
As it should be.
Yeah.
Really.
I don't think it's true.
Sam Cinemaker will be here
but-
next week. I'm gonna be like, hey, you know Tim Gilpin?
Yeah,
Yeah.
can't wait.
Hey, you know Tim?
Can't wait, and I can't wait for Sammy, man. I'm so jacked about some of the people that have come and blessed us with their time in his studio. And Mike, you're very, very much a part of that. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you very much.
So to kind of start to wind down, where can we catch the band next? Because I think that's what most people are going to.
Yeah.
Everybody knows where to catch the fire department. They just typically don't want to.
They just start
That's
a fire.
true.
Like
That
they
is
love
true.
firefighters, but they do not want to like
They don't want to
interact.
interact
They don't want that. They don't want
Yeah.
those natural interactions.
Yeah, well, we do have a Facebook page, Redline Revival.
Red Line Revival.
Redline Revival, and I think that's probably the best way to kind of keep track of where
track
and
of the
when we're
band.
playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would love to see some folks come out and see us when we play. We love it. It's just a hobby for us.
I'll try to get out.
a
yeah,
lot of
I'll try
people
get out
tend to
Ziggy's.
come see you.
Yeah,
And that's the
we've been
thing.
fortunate.
Every time you guys play, we're like, we're gonna have a good night today.
Yeah,
And if nothing else, we're gonna have fun
exactly.
because Mike's
That's
probably
right
got
for
his
that.
Taco Cat shirt on.
I remember that.
Well,
That's when Melissa and I were doing Taco Tuesdays.
Yeah.
I found this Taco Cat shirt.
Taco Cat spelled backwards is Taco Cat.
Do you know that?
Yeah.
If you don't, you do now.
Yeah.
There's another one too, wasn't it? Like it's like race car.
Race car spelled
Yeah.
backwards is race car, kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Radar. I think it's the OG. Like I think those are called palindromes.
I think so.
Yeah. Words way beyond my vocabulary.
Hey, you tried your
Way out
best.
there, dude.
You tried your best.
I tried.
That's what I could say.
All I can do, dude.
Guys, we've got Mike Wilson.
Yeah.
Captain Mike Wilson, Public Information Officer for the Columbus, Indiana Fire Department. And, dude, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Before,
for joining us.
Oh
no.
Before we get on, I wanted to give you guys
No way.
something special. This is a Columbus Fire Department challenge
coin.
Yeah. it's a
No
challenge
way.
coin.
So
And-
what talk to me about this.
Yeah. So
That's
challenge
awesome.
coins have been around for quite a while. They military use them a lot. Law enforcement agencies use them.
Yeah.
And of course, fire department. A lot of fire departments have those as well. And that's just our coin. That's it's a one of a kind Columbus Fire Department coin. And
Yeah.
I wanted to just express my thanks for
Yeah, that's amazing.
for,
Dude, that is
have me on here.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wildly. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. That is really cool. You know, people always seem to bring us stuff.
Yeah.
And we're surrounded in this room by it, by a lot of it.
This is probably the coolest gift we've ever gotten.
This might be up there with the
Yeah?
coolest
Yeah.
gift
Well,
we ever got.
Makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Just because it means a lot, you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
Like,
like,
they all mean something. Yeah, I'm wearing the hat Matty O brought us last week.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Everything's cool. It's like people don't have to bring us anything, but it makes us feel good, right? Like,
Yeah.
And this is
Well, it's been a pleasure.
this
to
is
be
very
with you guys.
sentimental. Like
been
this
fun.
is instantly sentimental to me. Like this is gonna be
Yeah.
Good.
This
is
is
gonna
this
be-
is a big deal.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for
Oh.
that.
Thank you guys.
Let me see here. You said you got some concerts coming up.
Got some concerts.
Got some fish coming up.
Got fish this weekend. 3
Fish this
days.
weekend.
3 days of.
You're going to all
fish.
3 days?
Yeah.
You camping?
Yeah. We're gonna
Yeah.
camp out.
Where's
Oh,
it
I
at?
camp out. It's up at Deer Creek,
okay.
so it will always be Deer
It
Creek.
will always
Yeah,
be Deer
yeah,
Creek.
that- like if
Even though you're too young to remember Deer Creek.
I mean, like
it'll
when
still-
I was like
Yeah.
little, like my mom would always because like then that's what I always knew it by.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah. 3 days of fish in Noblesville, camping. It's gonna probably be hot,
Oh, yeah.
but it's gonna be fun.
fun.
Look forward to it every year.
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Mike, anything that you wanted to say before you took off?
Well, certainly follow the fire department too. If you don't follow the fire department, on
Absolutely.
our Facebook page, we like to share safety messages. We like to just share what we're doing in the community, and really that's just to highlight what our awesome firefighters are doing. And then again, the safety messages are important. So we want people to be safe, and we try
Yeah.
to share.
Is that just Columbus, Indiana Fire Department?
Yeah, Columbus, Indiana Fire Department.
Okay,
On
okay.
the Facebook,
We'll
and then
try
we
to,
also have
Try
Twitter
to share it or something. Or
Oh,
tag it or
absolutely.
and
whatever. Yeah.
Instagram as well. So we've got
You guys are on the gram?
yeah, we are.
Nice.
I I don't use Twitter very often.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like the
and-
Wild West now that Elon Musk took over. Dude.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah. But we post probably more so on Facebook and then secondly probably Instagram. Yeah. But we
Wow.
haven't delved into TikTok yet.
yeah.
Some departments are using
Dude.
that. I don't know anything
Hey,
about TikTok.
if
I
you
would have to
guys
get my
start doing
13-year-old.
TikTok dances,
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be cool.
I've tried to get some of our firefighters to like do some of those dance song challenge things that you see.
Didn't the Columbus Police Department do like all the?
Columbus Police killed.
Yeah.
They had like
I feel like that brought a lot of attention to him, right?
It
Like,
did.
The
like a
lip
lot of people
sync
that,
challenge.
yeah,
Yeah,
The lip sync challenge they did with Tony Stewart a few
Yeah.
years
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
So
It was
I just
awesome.
watched that last night. It popped up in my
Really?
memories
Yeah.
last night.
Yeah.
And it got over 3 million views.
yeah.
yeah. Isn't that
Like,
crazy?
That's crazy. And there were comments from
It
all
was
over the
well
country.
done.
Yeah.
And it was, I mean, it showed kind of a lighter side of law enforcement.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
So many times people kind of have a negative
Yeah.
view
Well,
of it,
and that's the
but-
thing with law enforcement. And I think, police and fire both.
Right.
Like, anything you can do to humanize these people,
Mm-hmm.
because they're on a pedestal, whether it's a good pedestal or a bad pedestal.
Yeah.
That it's just a public service pedestal,
Right.
And anything to show these guys, there's the human side
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
of these people that not everyone sees every day. It's a big deal, and
Yeah.
it's really cool. So,
Yeah. That's good stuff.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
stuff.
Tyler, you got anything to say? Well, anything to say before we go?
I don't think so. It's a great episode. It's good. They've every episode just gets better and better, dude.
You guys are killing it.
Every
really
time we do
does.
it, just gets better and better.
We should have started doing this a long time ago.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
should have really kind of, I was telling him when we came in, like, we, for so many years, we just turned the cameras on, got wasted, and kind of
Had fun.
wung it.
Had fun. dude.
Kind of wung it. And, now that it kind of feels like it means more, kind of feels like it's got a better direction.
Yeah, it's fun.
And and I think people gravitate to that. So when they see, they asked me to be on Mind Snacks, and they go and they look at our last few
I can't.
bits
I'm-
of work, and it's not
I can't.
flippy tack-toe.
Yeah, that you never beat me at.
Ooh.
He hasn't. Don't
Challenge.
listen to anything he says. He hasn't. No, but I can't count the times that people come to me like in Kroger or something, and they're like, "Oh, hey, yeah, you do the podcast, Sean." I'm like, "Yeah, hey, what's up, man?"
Yeah.
Yeah, all the time. People just random people that I've never actually met in person. Like they've commented on the show or
Yeah.
they watch or catch it after the fact. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's just
We
feels
appreciate every bit of it.
Yeah, yeah,
we don't
it's-
do this for attention, but we also enjoy attention.
good.
So
Hey, hashtag in it for the attention.
hashtag in it for the attention. Mike, I can't thank you enough for being here
Thank
one
you.
more
I
time.
appreciate it,
Guys out in the Mind Snacks, we'll call them Mind Snacks Nation. Make sure you're catching us on YouTube at Second String Media, and of course on Spotify and iTunes, the Mind Snacks podcast. It'll be uploaded here within the hour. We'll get it on, and it can be in your car stereo. I mean, it's a big deal. All right. Thank you again, man.
Yeah, brother. Thank
For
you.
Tyler, me,
Tyler,
and
thank you, man.
Captain Mike
Thank you for
Wilson. My
coming.
name's Sean B. And this has been the Mind Snacks podcast, and we are going to fade into the darkness right now.